I'm going to show you a tip when drawing lines. So I've told you previously that if I type L, it will initiate the line command. And here I want to show you what the difference is between lines for construction, the infinite length, and then the midpoint line. So let's say I have an infinite length mark. I have two different marks, and there you go. That line will go infinitely to both directions. To be completely honest with you, I don't necessarily use that very often. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Now type L again for line command, and this time I'm going to do the construction line. Let's say I start at 0, 0, and I'm going to wait till I see that little yellow box, which indicates to me that this line now, if I click here, it will have a vertical constraint. And now I can continue to draw lines and go that way. Whenever you create these are helpful for any type of things, and SolidWorks also understands that these are construction lines and they are not part of a line itself. Now let's do again the line command, and this time I'm going to do a midpoint line. So I'm just going to click in two areas, and notice that whatever I draw on one side will continue on the other side. This creates a midpoint line, which means that from the midpoint to this area creates a line, but it is one entity, one line. Okay, now something else that I will show you is how to create arcs using the line command. So right now I pressed L for line, and I'm just going to click once and click twice. Notice that I'm still in the line command, and if I come back and hover over the last point that I used, notice that right next to my cursor is a yellow square, and it has a little circular shape on it, so that tells me that whatever I'm going to draw next will be an arc. Notice that this arc right here is tangent to the previous line that I had, so that's pretty good. I can continue. Notice now that that little arc has another line, and that just tells me that there's a tangency between the arc that I created and my new line. I'm going to click there and then bring it back to the dot, to where it is, to where I started my line. Now notice my shape there. It's not fully defined. Let's say, for example, that I knew that this object here is the right size and everything else, so instead of me having to dimension everything, there is one cool trick that we can use, and I can just highlight that particular object. Notice that all the lines there are highlighted. It tells me what I highlighted here, and I can just go to click on here and do fully defined sketch. I can click on that. In here it tells me what lines they are that have been selected, and therefore I can just do calculate there and say OK. And notice now that my object there is fully defined. I am going to move these so that it will be easier for you to see what the software did. But you will see now that it has given me dimensions from the point of origin. This is a horizontal dimension from origin to this point, horizontal dimension from origin to that point. I have a vertical dimension here from the origin to this first initial point, and so on there. So it does a lot of the work for me. Even if these were not necessarily correct, it would be an easier way to smart dimension, and you can just come and double click and then change those dimensions here, and it would do the work for you. Next, I would like to show you how to add some lines to some of your sketches, especially if you have to create relationships between lines and circles. Now I'm going to go to the line command, and I can click anywhere on this circle to create a line, and notice there how I just clicked on the circle. Now it's a little bit fast, but notice that now it's creating a tangent line. If for whatever reason you want a tangency between a circle and a line, and it's not doing that for you, let me go ahead and click on the line command. And if I hover over this circle, notice that it creates little markers on each quadrant. So I can just travel to the quadrant and it will create a line that starts or originates at that particular quadrant. Okay, let me go back and do that one more time. And notice here it created that line. I double clicked on it, so it did not create it. And I'm going to click here. Okay, if I want this line to be, let's say, I don't want it to be at any quadrant, but I want it to start right there. I just clicked on the circle and click somewhere else to find the second point for that particular line, and it creates that. If I want that line to be tangent like I did here, I am going to just hover over it and drag. So click and drag. So I clicked on the circle and now I am dragging my button. So I am pressing down and holding that left mouse button, and there you go. Now you know how to attach a tangent line to a circle, a line that originates at any point in the circle, and a line that originates at each one of the quadrants.